share. I think some of you have met me because I've done some classes with Kat and Basti, but they finally let me do my own class. So hello, and thank you for joining. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. So this week, so last week you did the lung point, lung 1, and today is CV17. Hello from Cumbria. Hi, Titus. Hello. Yeah, Tanzong, central altar. And we're going to be working on the level of anxiety and worry, which is perfect for me because obviously I'm slightly worried doing this class on my own. So yeah, we're going to start by just having a little check-in, see how we're all doing today. It's amazing that we've all joined from different parts of the world and the country. So if you just take a minute, we're going to close our eyes. Just going to take a deep breath. We're just going to notice how we're feeling today. You might feel there's more energy in your throat, your chest, your belly, or your head. You might notice that your breathing is very shallow, or it's very deep. You might have just woken up, or you might have been rushing around. You might have been up since 5. I'm sure we're all different here. That's great. Lovely. And then you might just start to notice if you've got any areas of pain or tension. I've got a bit of tension and holding in the left shoulder. You might want to just let that go. And keep noticing the breath. Beautiful. Okay. So we're going to do a quick poll, see how you're all doing. I'll just get that up. You might want to close your eyes while I just get that up. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go for, so how are you coping? There we go. So you might be coping well. You might be okay, neutral, stressed, or very stressed. Great, I think that's nearly everyone. So, okay, great. So no one's coping well. Hopefully that will change by the end of the class. Some people are okay, some are neutral, some are stressed, and there's one who's very stressed, so I'm sorry to hear that. So stress is so interesting because you can feel it. It's just like our focus is so exterior, isn't it? Like there's so much to do, or we've got big emotions coming up. And I think the thing with Shiatsu and self-Shiatsu is it can really bring us back to ourselves. I think that's one thing we can lack in our society is internal reflection and stillness. And especially this time of year, there's a real sense of everything's really coming up and moving. There's lots of things going on. You know, we're sort of at the end of the spring energy. And now it's summer. It's nearly summer anyway, even though today in Norwich it's raining. I'll just go back to the chat. There we go. So, yeah. it can be really beautiful to just come back to ourselves. And yeah, hopefully by the end of the session, you will have done that a little bit more. Oh yeah, sorry. So I was saying about the summer and spring and how it can be a bit jarring, you know, after the winter and we've been a bit more internal, it's suddenly like, oh, and it can be hard to keep up with. There's so much going on. So I know that the favourite point that gets used is our wonderful kidney one. It's the most yin point in the body. So it's on the bottom of the foot and it's the opposite of yang, obviously, and the moving around and the busyness. It's a cooling, stilling point, and it's wonderful. Foot gate, or bubbling spring. Excuse my dirty socks; they are clean. They're just, yeah. So in between, so you've got the big toe and the next one, and it's in this little, see that gap there, and you move down, and you can feel it. It's a kind of depression in there. If you do lots of Qi Gong or anything like that, you'll feel a reaction. Yeah, so just give that a nice little massage. You might want to close your eyes. You might want to massage the whole of your foot, really. Nice to do the heel that's connected with the heart, which we'll be focusing on today, I suppose, with CV17, which is in the centre of the chest. I'll tell you more about that later. But yeah, give that lovely heel a good old squash. And then, yeah, we'll come back to kidney one. Oh, lovely. It might be, how does it feel? Mine feels a bit bit brittle somehow. But I'm tired today, so that's probably why. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You might want to wriggle the toes a little bit like this. A little tender there. Yeah, it can be. It really can. So just notice the difference. How do those feet feel? My right feels so much better and lighter. I feel like it's just sort of revitalized up the whole leg, which is beautiful. So we'll swap over. I've just done my right and I'm going to do my left, but you might be the other way around. So yeah, find it again on this foot. So big toe, next toe, into there, and then move down until you find a little depression, the bubbling spring. Yeah, lovely. And don't be afraid to press hard if it feels good. Just do what feels right. Wiggly, wiggly. Lovely. And then, yeah, give the rest of your foot a bit of a massage. Go onto that heel, which connects up to your heart. The heart that loves stillness, loves peace. That's great. Good old wiggle. Yeah. Lovely. So, just feel into your legs and your feet now. Maybe your whole body feels a bit different. I feel a lot calmer. I was a bit stressed, to be honest, getting ready for this. And so, yeah, I feel much calmer. Isn't that wonderful? Right. So we've done our kidney one. I think it's time to do a bit of movement. What do you think? So I will stand up in a minute and you can do the same. I am just going to introduce, we're doing CV17, which descends lung qi, rebellious lung qi, and rebellious stomach qi. So we're actually going to do a bit of stretching and do-in for those channels. Cool. So hope you can hear me. I'm sure you can. We're going to start off just by sort of noticing our body again. It can be, we've just been listening to me bit in our heads. So just, yeah, get into your body, focus on it, take a few deep breaths, ideally into your hara, in your belly. And just let go with the out breath. That's wonderful, thank you. So now we're just going to have a shake. So you might want to bounce, just like shake your body where it needs to shake. As I said, I've got tension in my left shoulder, so I'm going to shake that out. So maybe you want to do one arm and the other arm. Shaking the meat off the bones, as they say, creating space. Maybe you want to do them both together. Great. And then your left leg, let's do the leg. So you might want to hold onto a wall like I am. Shake it out, shake that hip joint out. So much can get stored in there. And the knee, and the ankle. Be careful of your knee joint because it usually likes to just go sort of bend and flex. That's great. And then the other way, the other leg. Shaking that hip out. Knee, ankle, creating space. Let's have a little tune in. Oh, and I feel much more invigorated and lighter. Just a bit more movement. We're going to do the sort of liver twist. So I'm going to twist from the hip, and you can sort of copy what I'm doing. That's great. Sorry, so your legs are sort of shoulder width apart, and they're soft on the knees. That's great. And your eyes are open, you're looking right into the distance each time. So we're a wood energy twist. That's great. And then just let it sort of slowly come to a natural stop. Roll your shoulders back. Cool, so we're going to start with a bit of dough in next. We're going to do start with the lung. So lung 1, which you learnt last week. It's just under the collarbone on the left ear. So down the lung channel. And we're going to your thumb. Then up the large intestine from your index finger. Down the other arm, lung 1. Down to your thumb. Up the large intestine, onto the shoulder. We'll do that twice more. So lung, large intestine, lung 1, large intestine, then once more. Fantastic. Cool. And then we're going to do the heart protector. So across the chest, sort of along the bra line, along here, down the middle of the arm on the inside, to the middle finger, and out on the other side, on the outside of the arm. Yeah, across the chest. Oof, and for me, that's it feels sensitive. There's a lot going on in my chest today. Don't know about you guys. And then we'll do twice more. So across the sort of brow line, down the middle, up the middle, outside. Lovely. Once more. Great, have a little shake out. And the last do-in we'll do is stomach, spleen. So we'll go down the stomach channel on the outside of the leg. You can do 2 at a time with your legs. Down the outside. You might want to get a nice rhythm going that you enjoy. So you might get sort of stomach 36 here, can be really lovely and effective. And we're going down to your second toe next to your big toe. Then up the inside of the leg from the big toe. Up the inside. Lovely. So twice more we'll do that. So down the outside. Second toe and then up the big toe. Once more down the legs. And up the inside. Lovely. Well done, everyone. Hope you're feeling a bit better. I feel much more lifted and sort of at peace. We're now going to do a few Makaho stretches. So we're going to start with, this is actually my personal favourite. That's the heart protector one. So if you cross your legs, make sure you're sitting comfortably. You might want a cushion if you're on a hard surface. Cross your legs, and you can see I've got my left leg behind and my right leg in front. So we're going to mimic that with our arms. So left arm behind, grab a knee, right arm in front, grab a knee. And we're going to take a deep breath into a hara. One more in breath. And as we breathe out, we're going to lean forward and push away with our knees. Okay, so in and out. Lovely. You feel that stretch? That's really stretching the heart protector meridian. We'll do 2 more breaths here. And then 1 more breath in, and we'll come up on an out breath. That's wonderful. You notice how that makes you feel. And now we're going to swap over legs and do the same on the other side. So right arm behind, left arm in front. We're going to take a deep breath into our hara. Another breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to go down again. So push away, that's great. And we're going to stay here for 2 breaths. Another in breath. And we're going to come up on the out breath. Woof. I mean, it can be a beautifully intense stretch because it's really deep. And then the next one we'll do is the stomach Makaho. So I'm going to go sideways so you can see me. So we're going to sit and kneel like this. And if you can sit between your heels. It might not work for everyone. In fact, it doesn't work for me. And I'll just show you first what we'll do. We're going to put our hands like this. And when we breathe out, we're going to go like this and look up at the ceiling. And roll our eyes backwards as well. Okay, so like before, deep breath into our hara. Another breath in. I'm going to go into that pose. Lovely. So head right back, eyes open and looking upwards. And a couple of breaths here. And if you can, you're going to move your hips as well on an out breath. Move your hips up towards the ceiling. And if you can't, that's fine. Just stay where you are. Just do what you need to do. So keep breathing. And on the next out breath, we're going to just relax down and come up. Lovely. Love the stomach one. So the last Makaho we'll do is the lung Makaho. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. We'll stand up, soft knees, hip width apart. Relaxing in itself. So we're going to link the thumbs. And you guessed it. So another deep breath into the hara. And as we inhale again, we're going to come like this, come down, arms towards the ceiling as we breathe out. So just take a few deep breaths here, and it only goes as far as you can. Be comfortable and soft knees. And try and let go on the out breath. Lovely. And a deep breath in. We're going to come out on the out breath. That's great. Let's have a little shake out. Oof. Nice to do a bit of movement. Okay, you can let's come and sit down now. Right. Cool. Well done, everyone. How's everyone feeling? How are you feeling after doing a bit of movement? I'm really surprised how before I had a lot more fullness in my chest. And now it feels a lot more dispersed. Sort of, it seems to have sunk a little bit. And that's so interesting because the point that I'm going to talk about, CV17, is all about dispersing that rebellious chi that can get caught up in our stomach area. Martine feels lighter, lovely. Isn't it amazing how a bit of movement can have such an effect? You forget that when you're at the desk all day and you get up to make a cup of tea and actually you just feel so much better just by a bit of movement. Relax, flow, nice, Sarah. Yeah, so Tanzong, central altar, center of the chest, really good for dispersing rebellious stomach chi and rebellious lung chi. Really great for anxiety. Obviously it's really close to the heart. Oh, much needed stretches, Georgie. Yeah, it's close to the heart, and the heart houses the Shen, which is our spirit. And the heart is so linked to the mind, and the spirit is linked to the mind. So if you've got a unsettled Shen spirit, it's going to have an effect on your mind. It'll become really busy and hectic. And I think most of us can relate to that. Most of us were feeling a little bit stressed at the beginning. So I hope that's changed a little bit for you. So how to find CV17? It's basically, if you're a man, it's very easy to find. It's on the central line on the CV channel, and it's in line with your nipples. So it's like a cross section and you can feel it. It's really easy to find because it's so strong. If you press it, it has a real effect. Yeah, so if you're a woman, you can probably still find where it is. Imagine if you didn't have breasts and they were slightly higher, your nipples. But it is also in the fourth intercostal space. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about there. You move inwards. Yeah. So Ohashi, he recommends that you can press this point with your two thumbs. Probably quite firm, but as firm as feels comfortable. 10 to 15 seconds, 3 times. So I'll guide you through it if you've all got your thumbs ready. So you ready? We're gonna press that for, let's do 12 seconds. Okay, ready, go. That's lovely, and you can let go. Just take a few seconds rest. And I forgot to say, so when we're pressing, you can direct straight inwards. When they do acupuncture needling, they usually do straight inwards, and we with Shiatsu will sort of direct the Qi right, sometimes right through to the back. So we'll do it again. So press in. Lovely, and you can release, maybe take a nice breath. I'm going to do it one last time. So we're going to press in with our two thumbs into CV17, as firm as feels comfortable. Lovely, and you can release. Gosh, it's a powerful point, isn't it? How did everyone find that? Yeah, I mean, I feel, it's actually made me feel slightly lightheaded somehow, but I think it's because I had a lot of busyness in my heart. But it's definitely released. It's released energy down. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I did forget about the slide. Thank you, Annette. Sorry, first time here. Okay. Here we go. CV17. So you can see where it is, and you can see the intercostal spaces above it. That's lovely. Bit lightheaded, yeah. Felicity doesn't know if she got the right place. So yeah, if you can see on the slide, it's called central altar. So you can see it's just like where the sternum sort of ends, basically, before the ribs kind of go like that, do their dipping thing. Yeah. Cool. Thanks for the slide. Cool. Thanks, Annette. I'll leave that up for a few minutes. Have a little play. See if you kind of did have the right place. Yeah. So I'm going to just, now we've done that lovely finding CV17, we're going to just close our eyes. So everyone close their eyes. And again, we're going to tune in to our breath. And we're just going to notice where our breath wants to settle. And for me, it's much lower than before, which is extraordinary. It's sort of, mine's got further down to my belly. And just staying, see if we can deepen our breath so it reaches our dantian, reaches our belly. Lovely. And if you can, see if you can disengage the chest from breathing. See if you can breathe straight into the belly. That's great. It's not an easy task, but it can really help with worry and anxiety and stress. Disengaging the chest, just breathing into the belly. Wonderful. You just open your eyes again. Yeah, so I thought I would just let you know a little bit more about CV17. It's obviously wonderful for anxiety and worry. It disperses the qi downwards, but it's got other things that it does as well. So if you want to just close your eyes or keep them open, I'll just going to read out to you a little bit. So yeah, as I said, it regulates the qi and unbinds the chest. And with worry and anxiety, the chest can get really bound and full. It benefits the gathering of qi. It benefits the breasts and promotes lactation. So in acupuncture, they sometimes they'll instead of needling directly through, they'll needle to the left or right, depending on which breast isn't lactating properly. It's good for shortness of breath, inability to speak, wheezing, rattling, sound in the throat, cough, asthma. I think there was some talk on the chat about asthma as well. Coughing blood, hopefully people haven't got that going on. Painful chest obstruction, lung abscesses with purulent coughing. Difficult indigestion. We all know that, you might have had acid reflux and you can feel it in your heart. It's really strange, heartburn. Yeah, difficult ingestion, acid regurgitation, esophageal constriction, vomiting, distension and pain of the breast, wind, loss of consciousness. So yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's really talking a lot about inability to speak because of breathlessness, and it really made. I'm just going to go back to get rid of the slide. Oh, sorry, I can't work out how to do that. I don't know. She might come in and help me in a minute. But oh, thank you. Little red square. Thank goodness for Cat. Cool. Breathlessness. Yeah, it's so interesting. I was listening to Radio 4, which I very rarely do, but they were doing a commentary of the week, and there'd been this weather reporter who had done this report on the weather, completely breathless. And it sounds like he's got COVID, like really badly or something, but it turns out that he had to run from one building to the other, and there wasn't enough time to catch his breath, so he had to read the news like really out of breath. So he could have really benefited from that point. But you know what it's like when you've got a lot going on here and you can't talk properly. So yeah, what we're going to do now. Yeah, I think what we will do, because people have been a bit more stressed and the chest is so linked to being anxious and stressed, we're going to do another meditation where we're going to focus just on the lower dantian. So if you can make yourself comfortable, I'm going to sit on 2 cushions. You might have some cushions you can sit on, or a stool. If you've got sore knees, you might want to sit on an actual chair. But if you're sitting on cushions, it can be really good to raise them enough so that you've got a bit of an angle for your knees, so you're going down. We can do this mudra. So we're just sort of linking our hands one in front of the other, one on top of the other. And we're going to put our thumbs like this and hold it in front of our lower dantian. And we're just going to come back to ourselves. Close your eyes. And be aware of your breath again. And we're just going to sink our attention right through the chest, right through, and just settle it below our belly button, between your belly button and your pelvis. So just in that area, we're going to have our attention internally. And that's great. You might want to breathe into that area. And if you get thoughts arise, just say thank you, and then come back with your awareness to that place between your belly button and your pelvis. That's great. You might notice that there's parts of your body that are tense. My left hip's tense, my left shoulder's tense. So you can just release them if they speak up. And then go back to that place in your lower dantian. Cooling, calming place to be. The opposite of being in the centre of our chest, the opposite of being in our head. And you might want to allow your belly to expand a little bit so you can let in more air every time you breathe in. Lovely. That's really good. This is a great practice for calming yourself. If you're getting a bit serious, you might want to just have a little like half smile on your face. It can really help relax. It's lovely. So now just release your mudra, let your shoulders relax. And then you can slowly open your eyes when you're ready. That's great. So what I thought we'd do now, as we're still on the floor, I thought we'd do a little bit more of the Makaho stretch of the heart protector, because this CV17 is also the bow point for the heart protector. So what we'll do is, if you take your cushions out from under your bum, and then you can cross your legs again. Either way, each way you like is fine. We're going to do the same thing. So we'll put the leg that you've got behind, we'll put that arm in front, behind, and the one in front. So I've got the left leg, we'll put the left arm in front. And this time we're going to do both. So you can push away. We'll do that the first time when you go down. And the second time we'll come up and we'll go down again and we'll pull inwards. Okay. And try your best to have your sort of centre of gravity and your breath and your focus in your belly. And see what happens this time when you do that. Okay, so we're going to do a deep breath into the hara. And a deep breath in, and then we'll go down. So get your arms the right way. Push down. I'm going to do 5 more breaths here. Lovely. And then a deep breath in and come up when you're ready. Release the stretch. Wonderful. You might want to just massage CV17 a little bit. Oof, encourage a bit sort of letting go in that area. It can get really bound up when we have a lot of worry and angst and stress. That's lovely. You might want to just give your lower back a little bit of a squidge so it doesn't feel left out. Lovely. And then we're going to go back to so the same way around with our legs, and this time we're going to push away. So get them ready, I think is good. So you don't have to think about which way they're going. Deep breath in. And then deep breath in again. And we'll go down. Push away. Lovely, lovely. So we're going to do 6 breaths here, in and out. And deep breath in. And come up as you breathe out. And I've just noticed that I actually did it the wrong way. I'm sorry. We were going to do a pulling in one that time. So why not? Let's do it a third time. So we'll do breath in, breath out. And we're going to pull in this time. So deep breath as we go out, as we go down. And just pull our knees in towards us. Lovely. And do 6 breaths here. Beautiful. You can release and come up slowly on your out breath. There you go. Sorry about that. But you know, it's good because we did the heart protector and the second one is more the triple heater stretch. So this is the heart protector bow point. Great. So we can swap over. So swap your legs over. They might need a little stretch out. Maybe massage your knees a little bit. Give them a little massage. The knees are so connected with the spleen and stomach channels, which can be really linked to worry. Lovely little massage. Maybe massage your ankles. Lovely. And so yeah, we're going to cross your legs the other way. And same thing. So we're going to do, instead of coming up twice, we'll do the heart protector stretch for 12 breaths. And then I'll guide you to come up. We'll have a little break and then we'll do the triple heater stretch for 6 breaths. So deep breath in and out. And then in again and we'll go down on the out breath. So we're pushing out. If it's too uncomfortable, you can always make the stretch a bit less. Lovely. And then breath in and then come up on your out breath. Yeah, that's great. So again, we'll just have a little massage of this chest area, CB17. See if we can disperse a bit more. You might want to do sort of massage onto the collarbone. Lovely. And give your lower back a little massage. Wonderful. Okay, so we'll come back, legs the same way round, and just check this time. Lovely. Legs the same around, and we're going to do the triple heated stretch. So we're pulling in this time. Okay. So deep breath into our bellies. And out, and one more in breath. And we're going to breathe out as we come down. So we're bringing the legs in this time. So we're pulling towards us. 6 breaths. Wonderful. So you come up slowly on your out breath. Great. And thank those wonderful knees for being cross-legged for so long. You can stretch them out, give them another little massage. Great. Okay. So if you just want to stand up, I'm just going to do one last little stretch. Have a little shake out first. Shake out the shoulders. Arms, legs. We're just going to we'll do a few deep breaths in and out, and we're going to stretch like this. Open up the heart protector channel a little bit more. So breathe in, and on the out breath, we're going to stretch. Head back a little bit, just stretch. Lovely. So like you're opening up to the sky. You're open. Your arms are sort of facing 45 degrees up towards the sky. Head back slightly. Lovely. And then breathe out. We're just going to come down and touch our toes. Do a bit of a counter stretch. So in and out breath. We're going to come out on an out breath. Just up to standing. Wonderful. So if you come and sit down again. How's everyone feeling? Oh, sorry. So does it relate to a specific organ? No, this one is the mudra that we did. It's basically just to bring our focus to that area. It doesn't actually even matter which way round you do it. Less stressed, fantastic. I hope everyone else is feeling a bit less stressed. Cool. So the focus has been on stress, worry, anxiety with this lovely CV17 point. And I just wanted to mention another great thing if you're feeling really bound up here. Obviously, we've got the belly breathing, got self-massage. We've all got our ways of coping with these difficult things. We've talked about coming internal, just like changing our focus from being out here to being in here. Sometimes that can take time to drop. And what I've noticed with, giving treatments, but also with myself, is there's often an emotion that's speaking loudly, that means that our thoughts are busy. So often I notice that people might have sort of underlying feelings of anger, if they've got stress coming on, or things like that. So it can also be really useful to be like, oh, I'm really stressed. What emotion am I feeling? Is it fear, worry, anger, sadness? It's often the emotions we appreciate less. It's often not the joy and things like that. But that's just my take on it. And I was going to say that massaging our extremities can be so helpful. Just hands, feet, like we did earlier. I can feel it now. You might want to try it. So just giving our hands a nice little massage. Great. If you're sort of in a sticky situation, that can really help. Just bringing the attention away. Lovely. So we'll just have one more little check-in and see how we're all feeling. I have just asked you, but we'll close our eyes and just take a minute to be like, how am I feeling now? So yeah, I personally feel a lot smoother. I feel like almost watery. Before it was more fire. I feel kind of settled, which is amazing. Yeah. So yeah, the other thing I'll share with you, just a nice little calming, there's a point on top of the head, right at the top, and you can have a little play. But when you find it, you'll know there's like a little dip in here. And I was helping with the college training this weekend, and they were practicing this point, and someone practiced on me, and I was like, oof, that's the strongest point I've felt in a long time that's just switched off my mind. You can sort of direct it right down to the bottom of your feet. Yeah, more space in your body. That's great, Elaine. Lovely. Anyway, nice little head massage. Just have a little finish off with your head. Another great way to release anxiety and stress. You can go behind the ears. That's great. So yeah, so we've done some lovely stretches. We've checked into CB17, and we've noticed how our stress levels have changed throughout the session. And we've done, so yeah, the Makaho stretches. Yeah, so it's been lovely to meet you all. Not that I've met you in real life, but to know you're there. Thank you to Kat for doing the chat. And yeah, good luck with feeling less stressed. And we've got 2 minutes left. Thank you, Lynn. I think what we'll do is we'll just close our eyes and have a minute of just settling in again. So tuning into our breath. Just being grateful for this hour to ourselves. Just noticing what feelings come up in our body. Just preparing ourselves for the rest of the day, what lies ahead. We might have a day of busyness where our hearts and chests might get full. But just imagining, if that is so, how we can bring the peace of this session to that busyness. And we might have a day where we've got not much planned and there's lots of space to explore this internal calm and restfulness. I'm just imagining carrying on through our day with a feeling of calm and releasing sort of relaxed feeling in our chest. Just imagining what we can do for ourselves to bring that calm in for the rest of the day. Lovely stillness. Okay, if you open your eyes. Thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Cool. Goodbye.